So, hello, Nathan. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good stuff. Very good, very good. Hey, there's one thing that you probably would have noticed or not noticed, or actually, we did speak about it briefly, but for the audience out there, you've noticed that our podcast doesn't start with a proper welcome. You know how everyone's got a tune and everyone's got a proper goodbye and another jingle tune to exit. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is we wanted the audience to go straight for the meat, if you like, in your words. So how do you still feel about that 3 episodes into the podcast?
I'm happy to keep supporting that. Definitely. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, the value is for those that are listening to the podcast. You know, it's not about us, and it's more about them and what they can get out of it, and us sharing our experiences, things that we've seen work or things that we've seen that don't work. Particularly in marketing, generally it's about, you know, we talk about a funnel and we talk about sifting out the prospects or the people in the market that aren't suitable for our business, and it's what's left over at the bottom. And that's those experiences follow the same principle of, you know, we want to go straight into what we think has been valuable for us and what we think is going to be valuable for the audience.
Yeah, and with the attention economy, like I'm so over listening to jingles, intros and outros. I just want to go straight into what you have to say. In fact, nowadays I watch YouTube, anything that's educational, I watch it at 1.2 speed because I just cannot sit through. And the content that resonates more are the content that just goes, okay, I will now show you what to do, as opposed to the people that will have an intro.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to learn something. If you want to learn something, sometimes you're already halfway through. Let's say you're repairing your washing machine. You're already halfway through it. You already understand, okay, well, this is the area that I need to attack. So I'm going to skip all the way to that point, and I don't need to know about the technical details of the...
No, for sure. Yeah,
the published or whatever else is going on.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you got to share with the audience today?
Okay, so I got an email during the week from a business growth legend, I'll call him. His name's Jay Abraham.
Is he Aussie?
He's not Aussie. He's from the States. He's done a lot of work with Tony Robbins over the years.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about business owners who miss obvious opportunities that are right in front of their face. And obviously everyone's very, very busy. And he summed it up well. He said, you can't see the label if you're inside the jar. Which I thought
you see the back of the label.
Yeah, the back of the label. So you don't know what's printed on the other side. And I thought it resonates really well because business owners, we're dealing with customers, staff, payroll, rent, all sorts of issues that are coming up. And it's very normal to miss opportunities and wins that are right in front of us. And I want to talk about some of those opportunities that are in front of business owners that you might have experienced or might have seen work for you. And because you were too close to it, you might have overlooked it for a period of time. I think the other reason, people are obviously very, very busy. So bandwidth to actually work on a business rather than in it is a pretty hot topic too. So my most obvious one, before we jump into yours, is the customer list, your existing customer list, and how many ways that you can activate and exercise that particular list and provide value so you can take value from that. Everyone's always looking for new ways to market and reach a bigger and wider audience. And I think a lot of business owners don't mine their data hard enough or don't activate their data or engage their existing customers enough. And it might be something as simple as sending more frequent emails, more frequent newsletters, SMS offers. You know.
Or topics that resonate to them. And they do it very well in elections. But possibly you're right. They don't do it well in businesses. I know they do it well in elections. For example, when you have your Donald Trumps in the world or even Anthony Albanese, for these type of people, knowing what to say, when to say and that will change elections. And they could only know that by mining data.
Absolutely. And understanding the customer, understanding their customer and their needs. You know, what do they buy before they deal with you or after they deal with you? What does your product complement that you could potentially help them solve? And it's not just about, you know, let's say you sell mice for computers. It's not just about saying, well, okay, people are going to need a keyboard as well. You might have a specialist ergonomic mouse and you've found a supplier that does a specialist ergonomic keyboard, and the data suggests, well, you combine them together, you're going to get X effect on someone that has had RSI or is having some issues and is a frequent heavy user of their computer. You don't just have to find a way to label that product of your own. You might be just introducing that product via your channels. So you might decide, okay, well, I'm going to have a meeting, sit down, have a discussion with the owner of this business or the business development people and work out a joint venture deal, something to that effect. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. And I think it's not just about having the time to do it. It's also understanding what are the possibilities, what is actually possible out there. How many ways can I skin the cat? Are there certain things in your world, Charles, that you've seen that you've...
Yeah. A couple of things, a couple of random key points that come to mind upon hearing that. So, number one, I feel that it's very much a personality thing. Because I'm listening jumping into the rabbit hole and wanting to jump into a rabbit hole just to explore and find out what else is there. Can I tinker with this? Can I combine this? Can I utilize this? I find that it works with certain personalities. For other personalities, they just want to do what they do and they just want to keep their blinkers on. They don't want to see anything else, but just really hone in. So another one I think is also being in the front lines. I got this LinkedIn post just randomly. I don't know how it got on my feed. Jim's mowing and you had Jim posting about his experiences. And
I get his all the time.
Oh, do you? Maybe that's why I got the LinkedIn post. And he was talking about how he, for many years, he's very old, he doesn't do it anymore, but he would pick up the phone. Even when he was running a rather large franchising organization, he would be picking up the phone. And I can imagine him picking up the phone, he is listening to his customers and he would be able to respond accordingly to customers. Whereas if he was acting CEO, as he rightfully would, when an organization that size, he wouldn't have listened or be able to listen to the customers. As much as I respect the comment, which is you're in the jar, you can't see the label, I feel that you do need to be somewhat in the business, somewhat in the jar, maybe on the lid, but you certainly can't be out the jar, metaphorically speaking. Because if Jim wasn't picking up the phone, he would know the pain points. And if you're not in the business actually doing and knowing at least how the process runs and works and where the pain points are, you wouldn't see that, there is an opportunity to do this. So being somewhat in the business is important. No, very good. I like that. I like that quite a lot.
And I think, having time to be able to jump out of the jar and making time is very important. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, what are some of the things that we can do to bring back a little bit of time in our diary to work on the business? Are there any things that you do, Charles, that...
I did something spectacular this week. So
what'd you do?
I created my own AI agent and using technology that was not available a couple of months ago. So a couple of months ago, I'm creating an AI agent required some sort of programming skills. You need to learn it. And a lot of people went off and bought MacBooks and dedicated computers just to run AI agents. A very quick word. My name is Charles. I run an agency called Cubic Promote. We are the leading supplier of promotional products and uniforms in Australia and also in New Zealand. We supply to 3,000 organizations on any given year. If you're looking for a reliable partner to supply you with merchandise for your office or uniforms for your organization, trust us, Cubic Promote. And now back to the show. So Claude has an ability for people to create agents using natural language, and it's a game changer. It's incredible. So I created an AI agent yesterday. It took me about maybe 30, 40 minutes. I watched about 6, 7 YouTube clips before I proceeded. But the actual process of creating one took me about 10 minutes. And within 15, 20 minutes, I created a piece that could follow up on all our client outstanding invoices or automated. I could have made it totally hands-free, but at this early stage, it's a little bit daunting. So I made it so there are interim pieces where you could cut in so that a person could have a look before it proceeds to action. So through the use of Microsoft Outlook, Zapier, Claude Cowork, and Xero accounting software, I was able to combine them all together and have the AI system find out the balances that are over 60 days and to send an automated email reminder.
And just a gentle reminder, not a threat to break any knees or anything like that?
No. This is Australia. The most we can do here, that's another topic altogether. The most we can do here to collect that is just an angry phone call. There are no recourse here. It is what it is.
Yeah. And sometimes a gentle reminder helps put you at the top of the list of bills to pay. So
yeah, absolutely. With that piece, there's also another amazing piece is that I haven't done it yet, but I can layer, and this will only take me a couple of minutes, layer an AI piece on top of it so that you can analyze and see what's been happening in the business landscape. And so we could see which companies are in financial distress, and so we could predict and react accordingly.
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
Yeah.
How does it know who's in distress?
For example, if there's a company announcement, a company being in liquidation, or perhaps it's on the news. So it's anything that's on the internet.
Publicly available data.
Publicly available. And you'd be surprised. Obviously, you've got news sources, Australian Financial Review, Sydney Morning Herald, etc., but you also have your Reddit sources, and you also have company announcement sources, ASX sources. There's a lot of different social media. And that company announcement in and disseminated and push through into my spreadsheet in a couple of minutes.
Remarkable.
It is. So that saves a lot of people a lot of time.
Save you a lot of time, and it'll also hopefully help you to reclaim a bit of that money.
Yeah. To be more proactive, because previously we had to wait until maybe maybe 3 months later, and then we realized, hey, this bill's still outstanding. I think that might be a problem.
Yeah, this bill's starting to rot.
And then by actual phase, and then at that point in time, we realized, oh, okay, I guess we need a debt collector or a lawyer involved. And in most instances, it's clearly too late. You've lost a lot of lead time, and timing is everything when it comes to having bills paid. But yes, that AI agents using Claude, that's a big game changer for me to reclaim a lot of my